Welcome to the bench, friends. This is Joe Blueable Racing, HO Scale Custom and Performance. On the bench, a couple of beautiful Lexan bodies. This video is sponsored by Mark's Slot Car Garage. Mark is a HO Scale slot car racer, race car driver, and a high-performance HO scale, especially when it comes to the inline motor cars, builder. Mark has a terrific channel and wonderful live streams that you folks should never miss. Mark's Slot Car Garage. The three beauties that are sitting on the bench, three Lexan bodies, Jay Japp Customs. The reason I purchased these was because of Mark's Slot Car Garage, speaking very highly of the man who has the talent to paint these wonderful HO scale Lexan bodies. I purchased three. This is my first three. So, this is the yellow and orange, or you may say orange and yellow. That is up to you. When I chose the three bodies, I asked for them to be trimmed and pinned. Otherwise, you can get them where you trim and pin them yourself. Jay did a terrific job. They will need a little bit extra trimmings done on them. Not much. That can be expected. But the majority of the work is done for you. Very cool and very beautiful. Yes, indeed. All three of these are supporting a wonderful chassis. A Viper V1 chassis. Very cool, very cool. I ordered these off of Facebook from Jay Japp. Very, very reasonable priced, free shipping. And I couldn't be happier. This is my first purchase I made. To make a long story short, I seen that he listed with photographs of Lexan bodies that he was offering for sale. I chose three, not these three. I chose three, and then I lollygagged for about an hour or so. Instead of shooting him the message right away, I lollygagged. By the time I sent him the message, he sent me back a message saying, well, I'm going to need to send you a photograph of what I have left. I was stunned at how many he sold in such a short time. But he did have a few beauties left, and I picked three of those beauties that were left. And I can't be happier, could not be happier whatsoever than what I purchased from him. And Jay even gave me the skinny on when his next release of Lexan bodies in May will be coming out. I'm sure he does that for all of his buyers. Anyways, we have covered the wonderful artwork of Jay Japp. Like I said, I'm very, very happy. Now, what are we going to talk about? Or shall I say, I am going to talk about. I was working on a small project, something I have done in the past. And I thought to myself, I need to build another one of these just to show how it's done. That's right. I balanced armatures in the 80s. Me, myself, and I. Well, 3 of us. So, the way we did it, me and buddies of mine, now I wasn't living in South Carolina then, so I had slot car fanatic friends. And it happens to be where I live in South Carolina. Well, I don't have that right at this moment. This is not a real copy of the one I had built. Sort of is. These magnets are a lot stronger. These are neo magnets. But I'm building another one. And what you do is, I have to have a platform to mount these on. I'm not going to use this one. This is going to be for a demonstration purpose only. So these will be mounted with the proper distance between the 2 magnets, so that the inline motor armature floats in midair pretty much like magic. Remember, this is just demonstrating. I don't have this thing anchored, set up in no way. It might fumble a little bit. And when you have it set up properly, you will have both of these ends will be mounted on a base. And they will be slightly apart where the motor floats in one sense. And then what you do is, you will spin the armature. Like I said, this isn't going to work too well because I don't have it set up. But you will spin the armature. The armature will spin freely, and you will mark on the bottom of the heavy side of the armature. You will spin it a few times and see where that mark from the heavy side lands. It may land on 2 different sides. That's where you will start your drill. We drilled, we did not cut. And that is where you will start to drill. I always start on the commutator side. I figured I would share that with you. I hope to have this done by the weekend, because I'm not working on this at the moment. I have other things I'm working on. But you get the picture. You can balance your own armatures if you choose to. That's the only way it was done back in the day. Dynamically balanced? No, they didn't. They weren't doing that with these little itty bitty armatures back in the 80s. No siree. You get the picture. All right, so that's a project I'm working on. I'm actually excited about this because I've been thinking about this for a while. I said, you know what? I'm going to build a small balancing machine to balance armatures. I know. Why waste your time? They're so cheap. You can buy them cheap. I know. I'm just doing this to satisfy myself that I did it again. I'm not saying I'm going to go crazy and balance a whole bunch of armatures. That's not the whole deal with this. I want to build the thing, make a video, give folks out there an idea, old school balancing of armatures. The type of unit I used back in the day. There's that. Old school balancing of armatures. Yes, you can buy a balanced armature, very reasonable. And what else do we have? Oh, hold on to your horses. Set these beautiful, colorful cars up here. Hopefully they're in view of the camera. A couple of Auto World bodies that are not supporting extraction chassis by no means. And I'll leave it at that. a Viper chassis that has decided to, well, go south. And I received this part of the video is brought to you by G-Bud. G-Bud Custom and Speed Shop. Look good, run good. G-Bud. G-Bud Custom Speed Shop. Look what G-Bud bought. In this case, look what Blue Oval Racing bought. Or look what Joe bought. This box was supposed to have been here, I think, Saturday. Didn't make it Saturday. Didn't make it Monday. Didn't make it Tuesday. Finally made it here Wednesday. By now, everyone has one. I know Mark's Lock Car Garage got his on Saturday, I believe. But he lives in Florida. Right around the corner, pretty much. His package was probably delivered to him by homing pigeon. Mark's Lock Car Garage. Terry at HC Slot Cars probably sent Mark his package by homing pigeon. Mine took forever to get. To come from, I think, around Lakeland, Florida, somewhere's around there, to Myrtle Beach area in South Carolina. Yeah, took extraordinarily, I don't know how to say it, too long, way too long. Usually I get it lickety split 3 days. No idea what happened. Post office. Again, this part of the video is sponsored by G-Bud. G-Bud Custom and Speed Shop. Look good, run good. Look what G-Bud bought. Again, look what Joe bought. Or look what Blue Oval Racing bought. All right. I opened the wrong box first, but it doesn't matter. We got some tires. That's no big news. A couple of end bells, no big news. Rear bushings. Some bushings for another project. Rear axle gears and some wheels. The big news is the V3. Almost said G3, BSRT. Viper V3. I purchased a Pro 4 mag chassis. It's the combination of the motor magnets with the traction magnets with the medium chassis. And a Pro 10. Pro 10 magnets, motor magnets, and traction magnets. Pro 4, Pro 10, V3s. Yep. So, I'm anxious to build these. And, well, one box was early, one box was late. This was early. This was not supposed to be here till tomorrow. This one here, they should have opened up first, which doesn't matter. Same type of product is in it. Alrighty. Let's move out of the way. Pick 'em up shoes, pick up shoe hangers, albino tires, a can motor that we're going to modify with a high performance armature we're going to put in it, 3.5 ohm, and another Viper V3 chassis, and this is also Pro 4 Spec Racer motor and traction magnets. So that's it. Mark's Lock Car Garage beat me to the punch on these chassis. So, all of you have already seen a video how to build them. I will make my own video probably tomorrow. If not Thursday, Friday. Squidward is an ill chassis right now. A Viper V1, and find out what's wrong with this car, and I'm going to transfer. Hopefully the armature did not go south of the border. And we'll use as many parts off of this chassis as we can on here. Mainly the front axle assembly, rear axle assembly, the electricals, and the armature. And actually, the motor magnets that are in here are the Spec Racer Pro 4. The same ones that come in with the Pro 4 chassis. If you get the magnet and chassis combination. So, that is it for Look What Joe Bought, or Look What Blue Over Racing Bought. I bought a can motor. For anyone out there that wants to build a can motor, you can buy from Terry at HC Slot Cars. You can buy a bare can. You can buy the can minus the armature. But for a few bucks more, you can get a balanced armature, a 6-ohm armature, in the can motor. You're better off buying an entire can motor with the balanced 6-ohm armature. Pop that 6-ohm armature out and slap in your high-performance armature of your choice. And now you have a spare 6-ohm to put in whatever you want. And it is a balanced armature. They add product. See the epoxy in there to balance it? That is an epoxy. The black down in there. They're economy and are dynamically balanced, but they call it an economy balance because they're not slicing and dicing, baby. They're just adding a little goo where it's needed. So I'm going to be putting a 3.5 ohm armature in this car, and then it's going to pop into, naturally, a Super 7. I forgot to share that with you. And that is it for this video. Thank you, friends, for tuning in. Until next time.